All right, let's build your personal cheat sheet for the future of AI. Seriously, by the time we're done here, you are going to be so ready for 2026. Look, if you've ever heard terms like RAG or agents or Mo, and your eyes just kind of glazed over, you're not alone, I promise. The speed of this stuff is wild, and the jargon can feel like a whole other language. But that's exactly why we're doing this. The goal here is simple. We're going to give you a super clear, simple map for understanding what's coming next in AI. This is your cheat sheet. And to do that, we're going to use this idea right here, the AI stack. Think of it like a blueprint. We're literally going to build the AI of 2026 from the ground up, one layer at a time, so you can see exactly how all these crazy-sounding pieces actually fit together.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Every good building starts with a solid foundation, right? Well, it's the same thing here. This first layer is all about how an AI connects to the real world and, maybe most importantly, how it remembers things and accesses knowledge it can trust.
So the first term you've absolutely got to know is RAG. The best way to think about it is like giving the AI an open book test. Before it's allowed to answer you, it's forced to look up the facts in a private, trusted database. This is how we stop it from just, well, from making stuff up, hallucinating. But RAG isn't standing still. Oh no, it started out simple, just searching through documents. Now we have what's called Graph RAG, which is way smarter. It's like a detective's corkboard, connecting all the dots between different ideas. And the next step, Agent Tech RAG. This gives the whole system a brain to plan out complex, multi-step research. This evolution right here is a massive trend for 2026.
Now, to make all this work, you need some plumbing. The boring but essential stuff. So think of MCP as the USB-C for AI, one standard plug to connect to any data. Then you've got your AI gateway, which is basically a firewall to manage security and keep costs from exploding. And finally, the semantic router acts like a traffic cop, sending the easy questions to cheap AIs and the really tough ones to the big, expensive models. It's all about efficiency. So there we have it. The foundation is laid. The AI can talk to the world and it can look up facts. But a foundation is kind of useless without a building on top of it, right? So what's next? Well, now we have to build the brain.
This next layer is where the real magic happens. This is the thinking part of our stack. We're going to look at the different kinds of AI brains being built, because they are definitely not all created equal.
And the single most important concept here is agentic AI. This is a huge, huge shift. We are moving away from AI that just talks to you like a chatbot to AI that actually does things for you. I'm talking about an AI that can click buttons on a website, fill out forms, and finish a whole task without you having to guide it every step of the way. And what's so fascinating here is that we're seeing two completely opposite trends happening at the same time. On one side, you have these small language models, or SLMs. Think of them like a tiny little intern that's cheap, fast, and can run privately right on your phone. Then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have mixture of experts, or MOE. This is like a massive consultancy firm full of specialized AIs that team up to be incredibly powerful, but also super efficient. Okay, so the brain is officially online. We've got our foundation, and we've got our thinking engines. But even a really powerful brain has its limits. The next logical question is, what happens when a problem is too big for just one AI to solve? Well, you get them to work together.
And that brings us to our third layer, how these AIs work together. Because the future isn't about one single all-knowing super AI. No, it's about building and managing entire teams of specialized AIs that can collaborate to solve really complex problems.
The key term you're going to hear everywhere is multi-agent systems. And the best way to think about it is like a department at your company. You don't have one person who does everything, right? You have a coder, a writer, a reviewer, all specialists working together on a project that would be impossible for any one of them to do alone. It's the same idea.
And this AI teamwork can look a little different depending on the job. Sometimes you might see swarm intelligence. Think of a beehive with tons of simple little AIs all working together to tackle a massive problem. Or for more high-stakes tasks, you'll definitely have a human on the loop. That's where a person acts as a supervisor, watching the AI team work with their finger on the stop button just in case. So now our stack has a foundation, it has a brain, and it has a team that can work together. This thing is getting seriously powerful. But with great power comes, well, a great need for some rules, right? We have to make sure this whole system is safe, secure, and legal. And that's why this next layer is absolutely critical for 2026.
So let's talk about the governance layer.
Look, as AI gets woven deeper and deeper into our businesses and our lives, managing trust, risk, and security is becoming one of the most important conversations out there. We just can't ignore it.
The big umbrella term for all this is AI TRISM. Yeah, it's a mouthful. It just stands for Trust, Risk, and Security Management. This isn't just one tool. It's the entire strategy a company uses to make sure their AI doesn't leak secrets, go rogue, or, become a total PR nightmare.
And this isn't just theory. We're talking about real, practical tools. Companies have to deal with shadow AI. That's when employees start using their own unapproved AI tools for work. They need to install AI guardrails. Think of them like the bumper lanes at a bowling alley to keep the AI from going into dangerous territory. And soon, they'll need an AI bill of materials, which is basically a mandatory ingredients list for every AI model.
And with that, our stack is pretty much complete. We've built it all the way from the foundation up to the safety features. It's connected, it's smart, it works in teams, and it's safe. So let's wrap this all up and distill it down into your final toolkit. Okay, this is it, the grand finale. If you only remember a handful of things from our whole chat today, make it the concepts we're about to cover. This is what's really going to help you sound like you know what you're talking about when it comes to the AI of 2026.
Here we go, your 2026 cheat sheet. Number 1. Agentic AI. The big takeaway is that AI is shifting from being a passive talker to an active doer. Number 2. Graph RAG. AI's memory is getting smarter, understanding deep relationships, not just keywords. 3. MoE, or Mixture of Experts. This is the design that's making the best AI models way more efficient. And finally, AI guardrails. This just proves that safety is no longer optional. It's being built in from the very start.
And there you have it. The blueprint is complete. We've built the entire AI stack for 2026. You can even see we've added a little bonus layer at the top there for buzzwords like synthetic data, which is basically just AI-generated data that we use to train other AIs. It's the fuel for this whole engine. So you've got the cheat sheet now. You understand the pieces, from the foundation all the way up to the safety systems. The only question left, and it's the one that's going to define the next few years, is what happens when we really, truly turn this entire thing on, all across the world.